What's the mood like there?
Yeah, morning, Isabel. Morning, Eamon. I'll tell you what, it's amazing what you can learn over a sausage, egg and bacon baguette. I've just been in the local cafe and speaking to the owner there, I said, you know, is Boris Johnson still popular in this constituency where he's been an MP for almost 7 years? And he said, people here, there is definitely a sense of, this is what he told me, he said that there was a sense of shame, that people here, because they had voted for him in a personal capacity, not just as a Prime Minister, but as a local MP, that there was a little bit of a sense of shame. Then I spoke to someone else who was in the cafe, local worker, who told me he'd actually defended Boris Johnson on his record over the pandemic and said that he got the judgment call right when it came to keeping the pubs and restaurants open in England over the weekend, but that when it came to his judgment call on the parties, he'd got it really wrong, and the guy in question had found it more difficult to defend him. Nevertheless, he said he would vote Conservative if there was a general election held today. And the other guy that I spoke to, finally, really interesting chap. He's on probation, committed a crime when he was 17. He's now 49. He was released about 10 years ago. Didn't ask him about what he'd done, but clearly it was quite a major crime. He said that he has to follow the rules now, right? And he committed a crime and he paid for it, and now he was trying to be a better person. What he said to me was, why couldn't Boris Johnson do that? Now, those are three people in a cafe. Spoken to another lady who said, why do you lot, the media, keep going on about parties? You need to talk about something more important. I mentioned two of the three people in the cafe, and she said, yeah, OK, that is a fair point, but we need to start talking about something else. So really interesting mixture of opinion here in Boris Johnson's constituency.
Yeah, and of course, Paul, we've talked to a whole range of people today, politicians who worry about the effect about distractions from important key issues. We've talked to a school teacher, somebody in education who worries about the message it gives to young people. I wonder also what it gives to people who are thinking about a career in politics. What sort of person is going to go and want to work in that kind of, I don't know, snake pit, really, of a Commons?
Yeah, that's a really good question, actually. I have to say, I mean, speaking to young people who want to get into politics, they seem to have a strong sense of public service and ideals. Then they see stuff like this happening, they think, well, do I really want to put myself in that kind of position where you're scrutinised, where you're on the back foot, where you're kind of, you know, it is very difficult, and it's hard to see where, you know, politicians of the future are going to come if this is the kind of level of scrutiny that they're put under. But that is the media's job, to hold those in public office to account. So I guess what you would say is that if you're going to go into this game, then you have to have a pretty thick skin.
I wouldn't want to do it, Paul. I don't know about you.